In this video, I'm going to investigate the behavior of this function as x approaches infinity. So let's kind of rewrite the function to help us get things done. So I'm going to divide both numerator and the denominator by x. So divide the numerator by x, divide the denominator by x. So I'm going to get in the numerator x plus 2 over x, and in the denominator I'm going to get 5 over x minus 1. As x approaches infinity, what happens? 2 over x approaches 0. 5 over x approaches 0 as well. And then, of course, x goes to infinity. So I have a situation where I have something going towards infinity, but then the number is being divided by the way, a negative number, because 5 over x goes to 0, right? It could be made arbitrarily close to 0. So at some point, the denominator is going to be negative, okay? Being divided by a negative number. So in essence, this approaches negative infinity, not positive infinity. So limit x approaches positive infinity, x squared plus 2x divided by 5 minus x is actually negative infinity. Now let's go ahead and look at the negative infinity direction. So what happens if limit x approaches negative infinity, f of x? So what happens to that function? So let's go back and look at the function again. Negative infinity means this is going to go to 0. And this is also going to go to 0. 5 over x and 2 over x, regardless, is going to go to 0. But this time, since x approaches negative infinity, this x is going to go towards negative infinity, and this guy in the denominator is going to act like a negative number. So it's not going to act like a negative number. It is going to be a negative number, right? So you have two numbers. So you have a situation something like this, negative infinity over some negative number, okay? So that's going to give you a positive infinity, okay? So it's going to be positive infinity. That's what it is. So pay attention to this. As x approaches positive infinity, the function doesn't necessarily approach positive infinity. It actually approaches negative infinity. On the other hand, as x approaches negative infinity, the function approaches positive infinity. I hope that this discussion was helpful. Thank you very much.